What's going on, you Xbox retards? It's another great day here in Gamingville with my amazingly brand new gaming PC and thoroughly enjoying it. But, something still bugs me. Something just kind of has been itching me to talk about. And one of those topics, I've got several that I'm going to bring up, but one of those topics is hacking. I'm fucking sick to death of hearing about it. It seems as though all you little fantards, you loyalists, you die-hard Xbox and Microsoft geeks out there, seem to be using this PSN hack that happened not too long ago as some way to argue with somebody who likes Sony or somebody who just doesn't like Microsoft or Xbox in general. And more specifically, I'm referring to, just the debate between, which console is better. Those types of debates, console war. And I absolutely love talking about this kind of stuff. Why do I love it? Because nobody, and I mean hardly anybody, but just about nobody, uses the truth or facts or, well, shit, anything to base an argument or a debate off of. It seems like what you morons, you little trollolols, love to do is regurgitate whatever you read from your peers or from other people on the internet, and without thinking about it, without questioning if it's true or not. It's pretty funny, to be honest with you. So, we're going to talk about the Xbox Live and how it's getting hacked and how it's been hacked and how you little fans need to shut your mouth about topics that you clearly know nothing about. Alright, so in this presentation, we're going to go over just how vulnerable little Xbox Live is so that we can squash this debate. Okay? Because let's face it, you guys have got inferior parts. You've got an inferior game lineup. That's opinionated, though. That's my opinion, so that doesn't really count. But you've also got an inferior price point for your system when it comes to buying peripherals and all of that junk. It's a higher price point, okay? You got a smaller warranty. The list goes on and on. We're not going to talk about that, though, because I think I've already done that. I think I've covered that quite well in my previous videos. What I haven't covered was this hacking issue, which is the latest and greatest BS that you nitwits seem to be throwing around in your little debates. So let's talk about it. The whole point is, it's been hacked, okay? This isn't the first time. It won't be the last time, that's for sure. And it's happened before PlayStation was even out. You guys were getting hacked. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about how vulnerable you think your little live, protected, secure service is. For those of you who don't know that this stuff has gone on for quite a while and that it's happened. So I think it's important because I haven't seen any videos proving this. So we're going to talk about that. I think for, any type of debate, you got to start from, the largest, most well-known event and work your way backwards. So here what I'm showing you is a wiki page. And this wiki page, in general, is basically talking about some of the biggest outages, and in this case it's talking about services, obviously. And more specifically, what's relevant here is the Xbox Live. If you look at the top here, you'll see Xbox Live, and it has Sony's outage as well, right below it, but it's got Xbox Live first. Why? Because it happened holiday season of 2007, 2008. Okay, and the reason it's notated on here, the reason that it's famous is because it lasted for half a fucking month, 13 days. If you read this, if you look and you see that, when there was increased purchases, it lasted for 13 days, and the only thing that they got in return was a free game from their trouble. Not going online, and it sucked. So that was the very first outage for a live service. of the next generation console. Since Failbox came out first, well, there we go. Subsequently, it's the first one to have a problem with its live service. And while this isn't related to hacking, it's still meaningful. Because why? It's an outage. It happened for an extended period of time. And some of you may try and debate that, saying, well, it was up and then it was down and it was up. Well, it fucking might as well have been down the whole time, because it was never up long enough for you to really enjoy yourself. So you can't use that as a tool to argument or to counter argument. It isn't going to work. It's the same thing. The relevance is there. It went out for half a month. Yeah, it's not a whole month. It still went out, though. And it wasn't even hacked. It was just an inferior server that Microsoft had and couldn't handle a huge fluctuation of players signing up and playing. That never happened to Sony, ever. So why did it happen to Microsoft? Why did it happen to a service that you have to pay for to play? That's what I want to know. It's a question I want answered. If I'm paying $50 a year, I'd expect those servers to be huge, to be able to handle a ton of service. And justify that fee. Anyway, it was going on before 2007. That was just the major outage. Let's talk about the earliest outage. Let's talk about the earliest outage that Xbox Live encountered. Well, 2006, here's an article from Kotaku talking about the service being dicey, going down, people having trouble playing. They'd still be able to go online and they'd be able to do voice chat and buy their little marketplace crap, but they couldn't do multiplayer, which is the main reason why there's online service in the first place. So it was basically down. And, they didn't know when it was coming back up, so they released this article saying, hey, it's down. This article is important. It's relevant because this was an unscheduled outage. This wasn't like, oh, it's maintenance, it's down. It isn't that kind of thing, because that happens a lot. All these articles that I'm going to be showing you have nothing to do with scheduled maintenance. They're outages. They're failures. And the reason why I'm showing them is because of the relevancy. Because of the fact that it doesn't matter what kind of technology you're using, it's still technology and it still fails. And that's what you little failbox owners need to realize. You guys seem to think that you've got the golden boy of consoles and companies, and you're totally ass backward in your thinking. I can't understand that thought process. And it's like, okay, let's get into the very first episode of hacking. And this happened 2007. We flash forward here a year, and we can see that, oh, hey, look, Xbox Live gets hacked. Accounts get stolen. And this is from ZDNet, so, credible source, well documented, talking about the main issue in this, and what's relevant here, and the reason why I have this posted is because it shows that this can happen again. It hasn't yet, but it can. I think Microsoft addressed it. I'm not sure, because I never hear about any of this stuff. They never release press notes or anything like Sony does, so I don't know. It seems like they're hush-hush about these types of things. So when these articles come out, you have to look for them. You have to dig. And in this particular case, it's talking about your Xbox Live account being hacked, and more specifically, if the Xbox Live account was linked with a Live ID, a Windows Live ID. It was susceptible to hacking. People can hack easier on a computer, so, it goes as a saying, no-brainer. Yeah, your Xbox Live could be compromised if you have it associated with a Windows Live ID. And below, it has some other readers that wrote, yeah, I've had this issue and it's still going on, and they've racked up a bill and bought products with my credit card, and it's fucked up shit. It happens. And this was happening before PS3 was even released. So here's two documented incidents that are pretty well known that have happened before the PlayStation 3 is even released. And yet most of you guys fail to even realize that these occurred. Okay, so, we flash forward again, one whole year, and same thing we were talking about. 13-day outage. People buy the Xbox thinking, hey, cool, I can't wait to get on and play. When they go to sign up, Microsoft's inferior servers can't handle the fluctuation of players coming in and signing up, and so it crashes. I don't see this very often either. When you think about online gaming, which I do a lot of on the PC, I hardly ever hear about a server crashing for half a month because it couldn't handle the amount of players that were jumping in to play games and sign up. It doesn't happen that much. They may have like small, like 1-2 day outages or maintenance sessions where they upgrade things and fix things, but half a month? You gotta be kidding me. Talk about not being prepared to, accept any players at all. So, it just goes to show. When you rush things, when you don't think ahead, this kind of shit happens. It doesn't matter who you buy from, what company, what service you're with. It could happen to anybody. Especially with a company like Microsoft. There's no forethought there. So, here again we see the same thing from Engadget. And I'm just showing you these to let you know that, okay, it's not just Kotaku, it's not just Wiki, it's multiple places. This is well documented. So if you didn't hear about it, then that's your own damn fault for not doing the research. For opening your stupid, ignorant, arrogant mouths before you even did any kind of research to make sure you didn't sound like a complete ass when talking to somebody about the recent PlayStation Network hack. And I don't get it. Look at this poor sap. Same time, around the time that, the 2008, the outage is occurring, somebody's getting taken advantage of. And the reason why I'm posting this one is because it's an individual case, and it's documenting that, okay, look, here we go. This guy is getting his own personal account hacked, and he writes up a story of what the hell happened. He had the police come over, as you can see if you read this. And I mean, if you want to read any of these documents, and I don't have the links in the description, ask me. I'll more than happily link these documents over to you. They're all over the net, though. There should be no reason you can't find these yourself. They're littered across the internet. And this is just a single case. This guy gets hacked. His account's compromised. His gamer tags changed. They racked up a whole bunch of charges on his linked credit card again. Same type of thing. His friend's account gets hacked. So now we have collateral damage here. And what a flippin' nightmare to have that happen. But here's the deal. It happens. And it happens daily. On a daily basis, this shit happens. Just because we don't read about it, because somebody doesn't take the time, like this individual here, I can't imagine writing this article up talking about my sob story. I mean, shit, it's got to be painful enough to get hacked, let alone, tell everybody about it. But this guy is being vigilant. He's warning people that it happens. And, I love this quote here down at the bottom right, too, saying that we haven't found any software vulnerability gaps that allow this to happen. Yet it fucking happens. And that's a specific quote from a Microsoft employee, literally denying that this kind of thing happens. So it's no wonder you fans and you customers have no flippin' clue. Microsoft doesn't come out publicly and say, oh yeah, we've got a problem and our security sucks. We need to upgrade it. They don't do that kind of thing. They may apologize for an outage, but especially one that's well notated and publicized, if it's big enough, they'll actually comment on it. But if it's not, if it's an individual case, they don't give a shit. They never have. Okay? And I mean, still, you gotta realize, since it happens, and since it happens so often, this is a great article right here. An outage, all these outages, caused an extreme amount of hatred, and so they're being sued for $5 million in damages? Did you guys even know about this? I mean, do the research. Look this stuff up. It's going on all the time. So, you think Xbox Live is perfect, yet here I'm seeing a bunch of articles saying that, hey, it's got problems. And if any of you out there are thinking, oh, okay, well, this has only been in the past 4 years you've shown us outages. Alright, okay, no problem. You want to go down that road? We'll go down that road. You think it doesn't happen now? Seriously, you think that this kind of thing doesn't happen anymore, and that, oh, they've fixed those problems, and we've got Xbox Slim, and Slim doesn't break now, and, we're good. Well, after 5 fucking years, I would certainly hope so. Huh. If it took anybody 5 years to get something right, especially something as simple as a game console, then I'd certainly be looking elsewhere for a product.